And now we return to the courthouse in Chicago, where Jussie Smollett's attorneys are addressing his recent felony conviction.
We obviously respectfully disagree with the jury's verdict. The verdict is inconsistent. You cannot say Jussie is lying and Jussie is not lying for the same exact incident. So we feel 100% confident that this case will be won on appeal. Unfortunately, that's not the route we wanted. But sometimes that's the route that you have to take to win, especially a case where we remain 100% confident in our client's innocence. From the first day of this case, his case has been prejudged, his case has been tried in the media, and it's unfortunate. This is the United States of America. We live in a constitutional democracy where everyone is presumed innocent. But obviously, if we're being honest, that hasn't been the case. In social media, in the media, he's been tried and convicted before his day in court. But we are confident in our appellate system, we're confident in our Illinois Supreme Court, and we're confident that at the end of the day, what's out there in the news media and in the gossip forums are not going to stand a chance in court. Mr. Smollett said he was attacked. He gave a description of his attackers. And what a lot of people don't know is a witness came to court, and I'm not going to say his name for privacy reasons, and testified to the exact same thing. This witness was a security guard that knew nothing of this case, didn't know Mr. Smollett, but recounted and corroborated his account of events. It's pretty disappointing what happened, but we remain confident that we're going to come back and he's going to be vindicated. Questions?
Lawyer Rodriguez is just out here.
Yes.
He told Jussie Smollett that he's still going to be his mother's son, but to come clean. What is your response to that?
Obviously, that's ridiculous. We believe, we remain confident, and on appeal, he's going to be cleared of all accusations on all charges. Again, I think everyone needs to focus on the fact that this is an inconsistent verdict. You cannot, everything stems from one incident. Jussie was not accused of doing two different things, and he was accused of doing one thing and charged multiple times for the same incident. A jury cannot come out and say guilty of lying but not guilty of lying. It doesn't make sense. But again, we respect the judicial process, we respect the jury process. Well, we feel confident we'll be back here. There was so much doubt in this case, and doubt because he is absolutely 100% innocent. Any other question?
To be clear, you do plan to appeal the conviction?
Oh, 100%.
And for those people who say this has gone on long enough,
yes,
this has cost taxpayers too much, why keep going through with this with an appeal? What do you say?
Well, obviously, easy for them to say. If you're being convicted of something that you did not do, why wouldn't you want to appeal? That's why we have appellate courts. But let's talk about that. This is a class 4 felony case. They've spent millions of dollars prosecuting this case. I'm not saying that no case should be taken seriously, but they've spent millions of dollars. We had the first black female prosecutor elected into Cook County as a state's attorney, and she was second guessed, Kim Fox. She made an executive decision, and she decided not to prosecute this case, and she was second guessed, and someone was appointed to prosecute it. So the question has to be asked, why was so much money and resources spent re-prosecuting this case when we have thousands and thousands of people dying, hundreds of people dying in Chicago from gun violence? Why aren't resources being diverted to those situations? We have drug cases, people dying in the suburbs of drug overdose. Why aren't resources being focused on that? Why is everyone so focused on, Jussie Smollett allegedly called the police and made a false report, even though obviously we 100% stand firm, that he didn't do that. But the question has to be asked. It's not on Jussie it's not on anyone to say, Mr. Smollett, you shouldn't waste resources by pursuing this case any further. Of course he should. because that's his guilt and innocence on the line, and we believe he's innocent. But the question should be asked is, why are they spending resources focused on this type of a case? Next question.
Web worked for free, so how are you aligning that they spend millions of dollars in resources?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Webb's office worked pro bono.
You see, I'm not going to comment on...
But you're saying they spent millions of dollars in the prosecution here, and
Okay.
his office worked pro bono. So I want to see...
No, that's fine. Have you seen the invoice?
What?
Have you seen any
I've not
invoice?
seen the invoice.
Okay, so we all know, I mean, those that have been following this case, you're supposed to, there are supposed to be filings for invoices. I haven't seen one yet. I'm sure there'll be one at some point in time. But this is based on the math we've done. We've talked that we came on this case in February. We're talking to the previous attorneys and the legal team. It's obvious a case like this. Look at all of you here. It didn't cost. It's not a situation where this costs $1 to prosecute. Next question.
What has Jussie told you since the verdict was read aloud?
Obviously, he's disappointed, but he remains confident. He's 100% confident that this will be reversed on appeal, and we remain confident. That's why we live in the #1 constitutional democracy. Regardless of what people are saying out there, people who are not lawyers, people who are not in court, people commenting and giving their ideas from 30,000, above sea level when they're not in court. At the end of the day, we believe justice will prevail. We don't believe it was done today, but we're very confident that he will be cleared and he will be found to be innocent.
Did Jussie tell you that he wants you to appeal the conviction? Did he ask you that after court today?
Obviously, I'm not going to discuss, attorney-client privilege with my client, but what I will tell you is, absolutely, we're planning on filing an appeal on this case.
Did you get a fair hearing in court?
I'm sorry?
Did you get a fair hearing in court?
I'm going to reserve my comments on that. Obviously, I plead the fifth. How about that? Next question.
Separate from the appeal, are you confident you'll get probation, no prison?
Obviously, again, this is a class 4 felony. It's right above a misdemeanor. From my historical perspective, I used to be a prosecutor in this courthouse, and I think everybody here, we're all former prosecutors. I've never seen a case like this where a person got jail time, and he shouldn't because he's innocent. Next question. Any other question?
Describe in the courtroom, you were there.
Yes.
It was really contentious at times between you guys, the judge, both sides. What was the environment like over the course of this trial? And are you confident you got it?
I'll put it to you this way. It was a very unusual proceeding. I've handled homicide type cases. I have never felt this, gone through the emotional roller coaster we went through in this here, and I think that's the most diplomatic thing I would say. But I don't for 1 second believe that justice was done today, and that's my opinion. Okay?
He should have been, because it was a minor crime, he should have investigated it so hard. I mean, it was a big deal in the city.
All right, that is Jussie Smollett's attorney saying that they are going to appeal his felony convictions. Also questioning why the case would have been brought, saying that it shouldn't have been prosecuted in the first place. Really kind of downplaying the whole event. And questioning how the jury could reach its conclusion. I want to bring back in Philip Turner, former federal prosecutor, now defense attorney. As I was listening to that, Philip, I had so many questions, and I figured I was just going to let you have all the answers. Go ahead.
Well, obviously, juries can decide cases, and they can find certain counts not guilty and other counts guilty. There's a lot of law on that it's not inconsistent. So that's not really going to go anywhere. I was kind of surprised at some of the comments made here, as opposed to just saying, we're disappointed in the verdict and we intend to appeal. And that's it.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of these things, I think, quite frankly, aggravate the situation.
Yeah, I know. It was like this impressive list of grievances. He was complaining that the case had been prejudged. It had been. Everyone believed Jussie Smollett until the evidence came out the other way. He was complaining that millions were spent prosecuting when they weren't, because Dan Webb worked for free, and then started getting aggravated with the media saying, have you seen invoices? Seemed to complain that Kim Fox, the prosecutor, wasn't listened to, even though there's lots of ethical questions in terms of why she made the decisions she made. Talking about a constitutional democracy and this, that, and the other thing. Do you understand what was he trying to do for his client?
Well, I think that what he was doing was making it worse for his client.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Ken Fox did not like her name being brought up again. Because I think she wants to be as far away from the situation as possible.
Yeah.
But he drug her back in.
Yeah.
And he's aggravated the situation a lot. You know,
Yeah.
there's an old saying, and that is less is more sometimes. And you just want to say, we're disappointed in the verdict and we intend to appeal. Thank you. And that's it.
Yeah, sometimes the hardest thing to say is nothing at all. Hey,
Right.
Counselor, it's always good to see you. Thank you for the time. We appreciate it. Great way to walk us through a complicated evening. 5 of 6 felony convictions for Jussie Smollett. We'll be right back. Thanks for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.